Normally I do my YouTube videos in a pretty structured way, but for this one, I'm going to go off the cuff and share a story with you guys about a time I got a speeding fine in Melbourne. I thought of this story this morning when I was driving my son to school. We always drive past a speed camera here in Hamburg, and we've nicknamed it Bob the Blitzer. This story, though, takes us back to Melbourne, where I'm from. When I was in my early 20s, every Saturday I used to go to band practice. We used to practice in a garage overlooking the Dandenong Mountains. It was beautiful to sit behind the drums and have this view of the mountains in the distance. We practiced there every week. I'm not sure what the neighbours thought of it, but they were very patient for quite a few years. Anyway, I was often running late, and one Saturday morning, I was late for practice, probably after a big night as a uni student. And if there's one road in Melbourne you don't want to speed down, that's Police Road. You'd think common sense would prevail there, but it didn't. The road is long and straight, not too many traffic lights, not a lot of traffic. I'm running late. I don't realize it's a 60 zone and I'm doing over 100. Reckless, fully accountable. Go to band practice. A couple of weeks later, I get a letter in the mail that I have lost my points. I got a fine for like $300 and lost my license for 3 months. I get it. I had to pay the price. But I didn't know how I was going to get to band practice, so I was pretty devastated. I rocked up to uni and I told a mate, and he's like, listen, mate, if you go to the police headquarters and you ask to see the photo, if there's another car in the photo or something kind of obstructing your car, you can argue the fine. Don't quote me on this. I don't know what the laws are, but I thought it was worth a try. So I went down to the main police station there on King Street, walked up to the counter pretty sheepishly with my tail between my legs. And I said, "Oh, g'day, I got a speeding fine and I'd like to view the photo, please." And the police were like, "Certainly, we have a viewing room over there. Just wait a couple of minutes and we'll let you look at the photo." This policewoman takes me to this room. I'm not kidding. It was like a home theater. There was a chair in the middle of the room and there was a red curtain on the wall at the end, just like at the movies. She sits me in the chair. She goes to the projector room at the back. The lights go out and I just hear her say, "Are you ready to see the photo?" And I'm like, "Yep." The curtains open slowly, and there, on like a mini movie sized screen, appears a photo of my car, me driving, and a horse in the background. She comes back in on this side and she's like, "So, what do you think?" And I'm like, "That'd be me." She's like, "All right then." So I go back out to the counter and I think I made some kind of arrangement to pay over a certain number of months as a student. And that was it. I could have blamed the horse. I didn't. I paid the price. Like I say, the moral of the story is don't speed. It's not safe. I was a young bloke in my 20s making mistakes. It was just lucky, I didn't crash or injure anybody or anything like that. That's the story, guys. If you've had your own experience with a fine or trying to get out of a fine, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. I often share stories like this if I've earned a like or subscription. That's awesome. I'm really trying to grow this channel. I'm nearly up to a couple of hundred videos now, and the algorithm's pretty confused. And I get it. I've confused it. It's not the algorithm's responsibility. I'm just somebody who does a lot of things and has had a lot of different experiences in life, from bands to moving countries. And I just want to share whatever I can from those experiences. There doesn't have to be a deep moral message. Um, that's just a mistake I made when I was a young bloke, learning from the stuff that I kind of messed up. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Till next time.